Okay, welcome back to the Ausient Zone. Today we're going to go through the process of locating where a video was taken, and this same methodology does apply to working out where a photo was taken as well. So in this video we're going to look at a YouTube clip on car crashes, and we're only going to be focusing on the first clip in this video. Now straight away we've got a lot of really good information here. We've got a GPS unit that's giving away a lot of tells. And before we dig into it a little bit too far, I would like to explain we are focusing on analyzing the footage. There are tools out there with images. You can extract EXIF data from a photo, and with YouTube videos, there are some tools out there that can help you work out where that YouTube video was taken if geotagging is on. In this case, we're ignoring all of that. We're just analyzing what we see. So to start off, what we can see here is a lot of really good information. We can see a GPS unit that's giving away a lot about the location. More than what you may think. Yes, the GPS unit has A349, gravel hill, 500 yards, and a roundabout. And if we go into full screen view on this, it's a little bit clearer. But we can see there's also a petrol station up ahead as well. What we also see is the way the GPS unit is facing. So the GPS unit is on an angle facing towards a driver, or we will assume it's facing towards a driver and not the passenger. And what confirms that it's facing towards a driver even more so is the fact that there's a big bump in the dashboard here, which is where the speedo is going to be. And on the left-hand side, we can see a big indent where the airbag is going to be for the passenger. So this can help us narrow down what country they're not in. So they need to be driving on the left-hand side of the road, as you can see here, where the driver's sitting on the right-hand side in the cab. So just the angles of the instruments in a vehicle and analysing the dashboard, where the bump is in the dashboard for the steering wheel and the tachos, and where the indent is for the airbags, can give away a lot of information. And I'm sure if you wanted to analyse the dashboard of this vehicle a lot further, you could possibly work out what type of vehicle it is. We don't really care in this case. We're more interested in where this crash occurred. So looking at this video, we can see some signs here, but they are a little bit blurry. So what we can do is use a tool I like to use, which is watchframebyframe.com. It's a free tool to use. All you need to do is just paste in the video link for the YouTube video you'd like. And we're going to go to 780 or 720p. And we're going to expand the size of this video. We'll get the video to a stage where we want to use the frame by frame tool. So we press play, we get to here. This isn't very clear. So let's exit out of full screen mode and use these two buttons down here so we can step forward. And now we can read these signs a little bit clearer. So this one's saying school, and this sign here is saying Park Stone. So we've got a lot of really good information here. We can see the layout of the land. We can see there's a fence on the left-hand side. There's some houses on the right-hand side. So we grab all this information and we use Google to help narrow it down. So A349 Gravel Hill is the first thing we're going to query. So A349 Gravel Hill. And that's putting us in Oakley in the UK. So we click on the map, and I like to use satellite view in this particular video. Sometimes I'd rather use the map view, depending on the file that I'm working on. But in this case, satellite view is going to be very helpful because we want to see the types of buildings in the area. Now, in this video clip, we can see there's a petrol station ahead. Gravel hill, 500 yards from a roundabout. And we can see Parkstone. So what we're going to do is zoom right out. And we're going to search this area, but so say nearby, and we're going to say school. Okay, so we've got a few schools in the area. We're going to be focusing on where roundabouts are. So we'll start from the bottom and work our way up. So there's a roundabout here. And as we zoom in, we can see Parkstone Grammar School. So this is of interest. And this school, if we look at it, is probably around about 500 yards from that roundabout. We can also see there's a petrol station icon up here as well. So this is all a very good match. Now, if we look at the video again, from the start of the very start of the video, all the way through, we're looking at the detail on the side of the roads. And we can see there's a set of traffic lights coming up. So this is the first intersection they've encountered. And there's the accident. So what we get from that is there's one intersection they've gone through. And the school is here. We can see some houses along here, and there is possibly going to be a fence line here. We're going to drop the marker after this intersection and assume they had the accident at this intersection. The reason we're doing that is because there's a school sign and a fence line all the way along with houses on the right-hand side. And prior to this intersection, this is all industrial. So we're going to drop the marker just after the intersection and see if we can match things up. So straight away, we're looking at the style of fence and the hedging. If we go back to the video, we've got a fence and some hedging, and we can see the hedging's coming through the fence there as well, as we can see here. So this is a good match so far. One thing we need to be concerned about is this could be replicated on the other side of a road adjacent, or further up the road, or further down the road. So we need to start looking for identifiers that are going to be unique. So we go up Street View a little bit more. We can see the school sign, Parkstone sign. We can see this house here with the hedging. We go back to the YouTube video and rewind a little bit. School sign, the hedging, same style of house. We can see a sign here, lighting poles. And we go back to Street View and go back. Lighting poles, street sign here, same hedging. That's all looking very good. So let's keep going forward a little bit more. And we want to pay attention to what's on this side of the road and maintain this fence. So we've got a 40k zone. We go back to the video. All these houses are looking right. And we can just see a sign saying 40. And the angles, here's one thing that's going to be standing out for you as well. This seems to be quite low. The camera is basically the same height as this sign, but the vehicle is a lot lower. This is because Google Street View have the cameras mounted on top of the vehicle, where in the video clip, the camera is going to be mounted on the windshield. So there is going to be a difference in angles in what you're looking at. If we go to the intersection, so this is where the accident happened, we want to look for markers that can't be replicated or less likely going to be replicated in other intersections. So if we press play on this again, and we go to full screen view, we can see there's bollards in the middle here. There's a bollard there, something's there. The street signs, the shrubbery, and the retaining wall. So same kind of retaining wall. We have these bollards here as well. Same kind of shrubbery. If we go through this intersection, we can see there's a little sign here. There's also a no U-turn sign on the street traffic lights. So we come through here, and we can use Google for this one, straight to YouTube. There's a little sign there. And we've got a U-turn sign, or no U-turn sign, on the traffic lights. So everything's looking good. The same house is in the corner here. Small house beside that, with traffic lights in the middle. So everything's looking really good so far. So we skip forward. We want to analyze to see if this is the same house. So the house, we can see there's a retaining wall. The tops of this is white, steel fence, and we've got some shrubs here. Now, the time of this is April 2019. If we go back to the video clip, we can see this is in April 2017. So there may be some differences here. So if we press play, straight away we can see there is a massive difference. The tops of these pillars are not white. So they appear to be grey. We can see the same red box on the wall. We go frame by frame. We're looking at the style of the windows. We can see there's an antenna on the roof as well, or an aerial. If we go back to Street View, there's an antenna, red box. The windows are the same style, but these tops are white, and this hedge does not look the same. This hedge is all healthy. This hedge is still growing. So we change the date on Street View by clicking on the clock here. And let's see what we can look at. We've got 2018, we want 2017, we've got 2016. So let's click on 2016, and we can see the tops of these are grey, and we've got a nice healthy hedge. And then when we skip to after the accident, that's when everything's changed. So these are now white, healthy hedge, and then new hedges put in. And that would explain because there was a car that went through the hedges. So we go back through the video and we look to see, did they actually destroy this first hedge? Because we want to make sure this is the right location. So we press play, go back a little bit. Here's the first hedge, the driving position. So this would be around about the center of the vehicle. We can see the first hedge is sort of starting to go out of frame. So we can see they haven't taken out the first hedge. So that explains why there's old hedges, new hedges, and then old hedges again. The cars come through here. And if we zoom in on the brickwork, this explains a new paint job. If we go back to 2016, we can still see the top of this is hidden. After the accident, it's all visible. So they've cleaned it up a little bit. Very hard to see the repair work, so they've done a good job, although you can see the brickwork is flat in this section here. And before the accident, there was no flat section there. So they've used different bricks to repair the wall. So that explains the damage. So as you can see, it is a very quick process. You don't have to spend a lot of time in this. And I've been going through this video with you, and the video will probably only take around about 10 minutes by the time it's completed. This would actually be a very quick locate. This is something you'll be able to work out within the first 5 minutes, very quickly. There's a lot of detail in the YouTube video. The GPS device gives away a lot of really good information. The things that we used from the GPS device was looking at whether there was a service station. There's a roundabout 500 yards away from the first signage that we saw back here, which is a school sign and Parkstone. So a lot of really good information. It does help you narrow down the country. In this case, we didn't have to worry about the dashboard and where the airbags are in the vehicle because the GPS gave us a location straight away. Not all of them are going to be as easy as this, but a lot of video locates and image locates are possible. There's a lot of really good details. You can look at the license plate on the vehicle, what side of the vehicle people are sitting in and what side of the road they're driving on. The style of the houses are going to change as well. Is it snowing? Well, straight away you're going to be eliminating countries where it doesn't snow. So lots of little details to look at. In this case, very simple, very easy, a very quick locate. I'm not investigating this person for any reason whatsoever. It was just a YouTube video I saw. I had a look at it, and I like to challenge myself every now and again and look at how quickly can you locate someone from that video clip. So next time you see a video or an image that you would like to find out where it was taken, don't walk away from it just because there's no EXIF data in there or that you're unable to extract any geotags from that footage. Analyze the footage. Have a look at the surroundings, the surroundings of the photo. The background images, do the houses line up, what type of houses they are, what area, any kind of street signs. Street signs can give you a very good giveaway on what country they're in. And there are websites you can go to that will show you every single street sign in the world based by country. So school signs like this in Australia are going to be different. In the UK, clearly this is what they look like. So street signs can give away a lot of information. If you don't know what country that sign's in, Google it. You'll find websites that will show you all the street signs for that country or different countries around the world. Okay, so that was a quick run through on locating someone or locating where a video was taken. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you've got any recommendations on videos you would like us to do for you or tutorials, feel free to send us a message through the website.